The signal. The quantum anomaly appeared at exactly 3:47 a.m. Antarctic time, lighting up every sensor in the Frozen Horizon Research Facility. Dr. Maya Krishna stood transfixed before the holographic display, her dark eyes reflecting cascading waves of data. The quantum field fluctuations were unlike anything she'd seen in 15 years of research. "This can't be natural," she muttered, fingers dancing across the neural interface. The facility's quantum computer core hummed beneath her feet, processing calculations that would have taken classical supercomputers millennia to complete. "Arjun, are you seeing this?" Dr. Arjun Patel's avatar materialized beside her, his form slightly translucent in the dim light of the monitoring station. Even 7,000 miles away in Mumbai, she could see the concern etched on his face. "The pattern is too ordered, too precise. Someone or something is manipulating quantum fields at a level that should be impossible." Maya nodded, her breath forming small clouds in the crisp air of the monitoring station. The Frozen Horizon facility had been built 3 kilometers beneath the Antarctic ice for a reason. The isolation made it perfect for detecting quantum-level phenomena. But in all their years of research into quantum communication, they'd never detected anything like this. "Look at the entanglement patterns," she said, expanding a section of the display. "They're not random. This is language. Mathematics at its most fundamental level." The signal, if that's what it was, pulsed with an otherworldly rhythm. Each fluctuation in the quantum field carried impossible amounts of information, encoded in ways that defied conventional physics. As Maya and her team worked to decode it, a chill ran down her spine that had nothing to do with the Antarctic cold. "Dr. Krishna." General Elizabeth Hayes's voice cut through her concentration. The head of the United Nations Quantum Defense Initiative rarely made personal calls. "Tell me you have something." "General, we're detecting what appears to be an artificial quantum signal. The technology required to generate something like this, it's beyond anything humanity is capable of." There was a long pause on the other end. "You're saying it's extraterrestrial." "I'm saying whatever created this signal has mastered quantum mechanics at a level we've only theorized about. They're using entangled particles to communicate instantly across vast distances, possibly light years." "Can you decode it?" Maya hesitated, studying the patterns flowing across her display. "The mathematics are universal. Give us time, and yes, I think we can crack it. But General, there's something else. These quantum fluctuations, they're getting stronger. Whatever's sending this signal is getting closer." The next 48 hours passed in a blur of calculations and coffee. Maya's team worked in shifts, their quantum computers processing petabytes of data as they struggled to understand the alien mathematics. Sleep became a distant memory as the signal grew steadily stronger. Then, at 2:15 a.m. on the third day, they had their breakthrough. "Its coordinates," Maya announced to the emergency UN Security Council meeting, her hologram projected into conference rooms across the globe. "The signal contains precise quantum-level coordinates, marking the position and velocity of multiple objects approaching our solar system, based on their speed and trajectory." She swallowed hard. "We're looking at a fleet of ships that will reach Earth in less than 6 months." The room erupted in a chaos of voices and questions. Maya waited for General Hayes to restore order before continuing. "There's more. The signal contains what we believe to be a message, encoded in mathematical principles. We've managed to decode the first part." She gestured, and a new hologram appeared, showing lines of alien text translated into English. "Note IC. Solar System Sol 3 designated restricted space by DCRE of DKEQUANTUM Concordate. Unauthorized. Incursion. Will RECLT in immediate RESPONS. This isn't a message to us," Maya explained, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "It's a warning to someone else. Something is coming to Earth, and apparently they're not supposed to." General Hayes leaned forward, her expression grave. "Do we have any way to defend against a civilization this advanced?" Maya shared a look with Arjun's hologram before answering. Maybe. For the past decade, we've been developing quantum field manipulation technology. Nothing close to what we're seeing in these signals. But she took a deep breath. We've discovered something interesting. The human brain appears to have a unique ability to influence quantum fields. We don't fully understand it yet, but our research suggests human consciousness can affect quantum systems in ways our machines can't replicate. Are you saying humans have some kind of natural quantum ability? The Chinese representative asked, skepticism clear in his voice. I'm saying we might be more advanced than we realized, just in ways we haven't fully understood yet. And if we can harness that ability, Maya let the implications hang in the air. General Hayes stood, her decision made. Dr. Krishna, you have full authority and unlimited resources. Whatever you need, you'll have it. Develop anything that might give us a fighting chance. As the meeting concluded, Maya stared at the flowing quantum data, watching the alien fleets approach. Humanity had 6 months to prepare for an invasion by beings who could manipulate the fabric of reality itself. But they had one advantage the aliens hadn't counted on: the unique quantum properties of the human mind. The signal pulsed again, stronger than ever. Somewhere out there in the vast darkness of space, an alien armada was approaching, believing they would find a primitive civilization unable to defend itself. They were about to learn just how dangerous it was to underestimate humanity. Maya squared her shoulders and turned to her team. Let's get to work. We have a planet to defend. The warning. Colonel Sarah Chen watched the latest test through polarized quantum goggles, her expression unreadable as the experimental shield flickered and died. In the 3 months since the signal's discovery, the Frozen Horizon facility had transformed from a research station into humanity's last hope for survival. The cavern now housed a sprawling complex of quantum technology, much of it invented mere weeks ago. The field is still unstable, Dr. Maya Krishna announced, her fatigue evident even through her protective suit. But the amplitude is increasing with each test. We're getting closer. Sarah nodded, years of military training helping her mask her concern. As humanity's foremost tactical expert in quantum warfare, a field that hadn't existed 4 months ago, she understood the implications of their progress. Closer isn't good enough. Dr. Krishna. The fleet will reach our solar system in less than 90 days. Then it's time we tried something new. Maya gestured to a sealed chamber at the center of the testing area. Inside, a silver sphere roughly the size of a basketball hovered in midair, surrounded by a web of quantum sensors. We've been trying to replicate the aliens' quantum technology, but what if that's the wrong approach? What if we should be focusing on what makes us unique? The colonel raised an eyebrow. The human quantum connection you mentioned. Exactly. Maya's eyes lit up with the intensity that had made her the youngest quantum physics department head in MIT's history. We've confirmed that human consciousness can influence quantum fields in ways our most advanced computers can't replicate. It's like we have an intuitive understanding of quantum mechanics that we've never fully realized. She led Sarah to a neural interface station, its displays showing real-time scans of quantum activity. Look at this. When we connect human operators to our quantum systems, the efficiency increases exponentially. It's as if our minds can naturally perceive and manipulate quantum states that our machines can barely detect. And you think this could give us an advantage against the aliens? Maya's expression turned grim. I think it might be our only chance. The aliens' technology is centuries ahead of ours, but they've never encountered humans before. They don't know what we're capable of. The next few weeks passed in a blur of breakthroughs and setbacks. Maya's team worked around the clock, combining human quantum sensitivity with their rapidly advancing technology. The results were beyond anything they'd imagined possible. It's ready, Maya announced to the UN Security Council, exactly 72 days before the fleet's projected arrival. We can now generate a quantum shield that covers the entire planet. But more importantly, we can do something else. She paused, making eye contact with each of the world leaders. We can send them a message they can't ignore. General Hayes leaned forward. What kind of message? A demonstration. Maya pulled up a holographic display showing a complex network of quantum fields. We've developed a way to project our quantum effects across vast distances. We can reach out and touch their fleet, show them exactly what they're dealing with. The Chinese premier's eyes narrowed. You want to attack them before they reach Earth. Not attack, Maya corrected. Warn. We'll demonstrate our quantum capabilities in a way that proves we're not the primitive civilization they think we are. If they're intelligent enough to cross interstellar space, they should be intelligent enough to recognize the threat. The debate raged for hours, but in the end, the decision was unanimous. Humanity would not wait passively for the invasion. They would strike first, not with weapons, but with a warning that couldn't be ignored. 2 days later, Maya stood before the quantum projection array, her mind linked directly to the system through a neural interface. Colonel Chen and her tactical team monitored from their stations, ready to respond to any hostile reaction. Target locked, Arjun reported from his station. The fleet is within range. Quantum field stabilized. Maya took a deep breath, feeling the strange sensation of her consciousness extending through the quantum network. Initiating contact in 3, 2, 1. The quantum pulse shot out faster than light itself, carrying with it humanity's message. Across millions of kilometers of space, on board the approaching alien vessels, every quantum system simultaneously received the same transmission. ATN-Tulan, APPRO ACCHANG Fleet. You interior restricted space. Earth is not DFANCLS. We poesis QUANTUM capabilities beyond your ASSESSNENT. This demonstration is as warning. As the message transmitted, Maya channeled her consciousness through the quantum network, reaching out to touch the alien ship systems. For a brief moment, she felt their vast technology, their incredible power, and their sudden shock as they realized their quantum systems were being manipulated by what they had dismissed as a primitive species. The response came almost immediately, a burst of quantum data that their systems translated into text. Impossible. Human evolution, INDICATES, NOQUANTUM, manipulation capability. Maya allowed herself a small smile as she sent the final part of their message. Your ACSMENT is FLAWED. Humanity HAs EVO livid VO and your human DRSTANDIDing. Proceed at your own risk. This is your own alloyability. To emphasize the point, she used their quantum connection to temporarily disable the propulsion systems of the fleet's lead ship, just for a fraction of a second, but long enough to prove it wasn't a bluff. The alien fleet's response was immediate and dramatic. Their formerly orderly approach dissolved into chaos as ships began emergency maneuvers, their quantum signatures flaring with what could only be alarm. Message received, Colonel Chen announced, a rare smile crossing her face. They're falling back to regroup. Maya disconnected from the neural interface, her hands shaking slightly from the effort. They had bought themselves some time, but she knew the real test was still to come. The aliens would return, and next time they would be prepared for humanity's quantum abilities. The race was on to turn their warning into a genuine defense. They had shown the aliens what humanity was capable of. Now they had to prove it wasn't a bluff. The edge. The alien fleet returned exactly as Dr. Maya Krishna had predicted, not as the organized armada that had first approached Earth, but as a scattered force probing for weaknesses. Their quantum signatures blazed across her neural interface display, each ship trying different frequencies and patterns to test humanity's defenses. They're searching for gaps in our quantum shield, Maya explained to the assembled military command. The Antarctic facility's war room had been expanded, now hosting military leaders from every major nation. But they don't understand what they're dealing with. Our shield isn't just technology. It's an extension of human consciousness. Colonel Sarah Chen pointed to a cluster of alien signatures approaching the southern hemisphere. They're concentrating forces near Antarctica. They must have traced our quantum emissions to the source. Let them come. Maya's voice carried a confidence that surprised even her. Every attempt they make to breach our defenses teaches us more about their technology. And thanks to our quantum connection, we learn faster than their AI can adapt. The first attack came at dawn. A group of alien ships, smaller and faster than their capital vessels, dove toward the Antarctic shield. Their quantum weapons fired in synchronized bursts, attempting to create a resonance that would shatter Earth's defenses. They failed. Shield holding at 97% strength, Arjun reported from his station, his hologram flickering with excitement. The human operators are actually getting stronger, adapting to the attack patterns in real time. Maya watched through her quantum sight as the shield operators, carefully selected for their high quantum sensitivity, instinctively adjusted their defenses. The alien weapons, for all their advanced technology, couldn't break through the combined quantum will of trained human minds. But the aliens weren't finished. A new wave of ships approached, these carrying what Maya's instruments identified as experimental weapons. They're trying something different, she warned. Multiple quantum frequencies, completely randomized. They think our success comes from prediction and calculation. The new weapons fired, their effects rippling across the quantum field in chaotic patterns. For a moment, the shield wavered, and Maya felt the strain through her neural link as the human operators struggled to adapt. Then something extraordinary happened. The operators, Colonel Chen breathed, staring at the displays. They're synchronizing. Maya watched in amazement as the quantum patterns of the human minds linked to the defense system began to align. Without any conscious coordination, they were forming a collective quantum consciousness far more powerful than any individual. This is impossible, one of the alien transmissions declared, intercepted and translated by their quantum network. Their primitive brains cannot be capable of such coordination. Maya smiled as she sent back a response. You understand quantum mechanics, but you don't understand quantum consciousness. Humanity evolved alongside quantum fields. We don't just use them, we're part of them. To demonstrate her point, she connected more deeply with the neural interface, joining her consciousness with the synchronized operators. Together, they didn't just deflect the alien attack, they reversed it, sending the chaotic quantum energies back at the experimental weapons. The effect was devastating. Alien ships spun out of control as their quantum systems overloaded, their carefully engineered technology unable to handle the intuitive, almost organic way humans wielded quantum forces. Multiple ships disabled, Colonel Chen reported, her tactical display lighting up with stricken alien vessels. They're retreating to regroup again. But Maya barely heard her. Through the quantum network, she had sensed something during the battle, a flicker of recognition, a moment of genuine fear from the alien minds controlling the fleet. They had finally realized the truth. They weren't fighting against primitive technology struggling to catch up to their level. They were facing something entirely new. Dr. Krishna, General Hayes's voice cut through her thoughts. What are you seeing? Maya disconnected from the neural interface, her hands trembling slightly from the effort of maintaining the quantum link. They're changing tactics. The next attack won't be about overwhelming our defenses. They're going to try to understand how we do what we do. They want to study us. Study us. Colonel Chen's expression darkened. You mean they want to capture human subjects? They can't accept that we've developed differently from them. Maya pulled up a display showing the quantum patterns of human consciousness compared to the aliens' technology. Look at this. Their quantum manipulation is all about control, forcing quantum states to conform to their will. But humans, we work with quantum fields naturally, instinctively. We're not trying to control quantum mechanics, We're part of it. The implications hung heavy in the air. Humanity's greatest advantage wasn't just technological. It was biological, evolutionary, fundamental to what made them human. The aliens couldn't replicate it because they had evolved along a completely different path. How long until they attack again? General Hayes asked. Hours at most, Maya replied. But this time, we'll be ready. I want to try something new, something that will show them exactly what happens when they push humanity too far. She turned to the assembled leaders, her expression determined. They came here thinking we were primitive, that our quantum abilities were some kind of trick or fluke. It's time to show them that humanity isn't just another species learning to use quantum mechanics. We are quantum mechanics incarnate, and we're done playing defensive. As if in response to her words, the quantum shield pulsed with new energy, the combined consciousness of its human operators resonating with a power that made even the aliens' most advanced sensors fluctuate in confusion. The real battle for Earth was about to begin, and humanity had only scratched the surface of what they could do. The turn. They're coming back, Colonel Chen announced, her eyes fixed on the tactical display. But something's different. Their formation, it's almost desperate. Dr. Maya Krishna studied the quantum signatures of the approaching alien fleet. The once orderly patterns had become erratic, reflecting the disarray of a force facing something they couldn't understand. But there was something else, something that made her quantum-enhanced senses tingle with warning. They're not just desperate, she realized. They're afraid, and that makes them more dangerous than ever. The alien fleet had reorganized into 3 distinct groups. The largest hung back near the orbit of Mars, while 2 smaller forces approached Earth from opposite directions. Their quantum signatures pulsed with new frequencies. They had modified their technology, trying to adapt to humanity's unexpected capabilities. They think they've figured us out, Maya explained to the assembled command staff. They've analyzed our quantum patterns and believe they can counter them. But they're still thinking like machines, trying to solve us like an equation. General Hayes frowned. Can they break through our defenses? No. Maya's confidence wasn't bravado. It came from a deep understanding of what humanity had become. Because we're about to show them something new, something they can't prepare for. Over the past week, Maya's team had made a breakthrough. The synchronized quantum consciousness of their shield operators had revealed new possibilities, ways of manipulating quantum fields that even Maya's theoretical models hadn't predicted. They weren't just defending Earth anymore. They were reaching into the very fabric of space-time itself. Begin Operation Quantum Mirror, Maya ordered. Across the globe, quantum sensitives connected to their neural interfaces. But this time, instead of forming a shield, they reached out through the quantum field with a different purpose. Maya joined them, her consciousness merging with the collective as they implemented her new strategy. The effect was immediate and stunning. Space itself seemed to ripple around the approaching alien ships as human consciousness interfaced directly with quantum fields. The aliens' carefully planned attack formations suddenly found themselves fighting not just Earth's defenses, but reality itself. What are you doing? The alien transmission carried notes of panic now. This defies all known laws of quantum mechanics. Maya allowed herself a grim smile as she responded. No, it defies your understanding of quantum mechanics. Humanity didn't just develop technology to manipulate quantum fields. We evolved to be part of them. The universe isn't just mathematics and particles to us. It's alive, and we're part of that life. Through the quantum network, she sensed the alien commanders struggling to comprehend what was happening. Their ship's quantum drives began to fail as human operators reached through space-time, their combined consciousness unraveling the very principles the alien technology relied upon. Multiple ships disabled, Colonel Chen reported, her voice tight with controlled excitement. Their quantum cores are shutting down. They can't maintain stable fields in our altered space. The aliens' response was immediate and desperate. Their capital ships launched a barrage of conventional weapons, relativistic kill vehicles, and antimatter torpedoes. But these too fell victim to the quantum distortions now surrounding Earth. Physical weapons were useless when space itself refused to behave properly. Second wave breaking off, Arjun announced from his station. They're retreating to join the main fleet. Reading massive quantum fluctuations, I think they're trying to communicate with their homeworld. Maya nodded. Let them. It's time the rest of the galaxy understood exactly what they're dealing with. Through the quantum network, she sensed something remarkable happening among the alien fleet. Their rigid, hierarchical command structure was breaking down as individual ships began acting independently. Some maintained their hostile stance, but others. We're receiving new transmissions, Colonel Chen reported. Different frequencies, different encryption. They're not coming from the fleet command. Maya connected to the incoming signals, her quantum-enhanced consciousness translating the alien thoughts. What she found surprised her. They're asking for dialogue, she announced. Not the military command. They're scientists, they're researchers. They want to understand us. General Hayes straightened. This could be a trick. No, Maya was certain. I can sense their quantum patterns. They're genuine. Some of them are beginning to grasp what we represent, not just a military threat, but a completely new understanding of quantum physics. We're not just defending our planet anymore. We're challenging their entire worldview. The revelation spread through the alien fleet like a shockwave. Ships began breaking formation, their quantum signatures reflecting the chaos of a force torn between military discipline and scientific curiosity. The unified invasion force was fracturing. Their main fleet is pulling back, Colonel Chen announced. Reading massive power fluctuations, they're preparing for long-range quantum jumps. Maya watched through quantum-enhanced senses as the alien capital ships retreated, but she felt no triumph, no simple relief. What had started as a defensive action had become something far more significant. Humanity hadn't just proven itself capable of defending Earth. They had demonstrated a fundamental truth about their species that would forever change their place in the galaxy. They'll be back, she said quietly. Not as invaders next time, but as supplicants. We've shown them something they never expected to find. A species that doesn't just use quantum mechanics, but understands it on a level they never imagined possible. Through the quantum field, she sensed the remaining alien scientists' fascination, their burning desire to understand humanity's unique relationship with the quantum universe. The invasion had been stopped, but humanity's real challenge was just beginning. As the alien fleet retreated into deep space, Maya began preparing for the next phase. Earth would need to be ready, not for war this time, but for its new role as the species that had revolutionized the galaxy's understanding of quantum physics itself. The mark. The quantum ripples came without warning. Dr. Maya Krishna felt them before any instrument could detect them. Massive disturbances in the fabric of space-time, far larger than anything they'd encountered before. Through her neural interface, she sensed Colonel Chen and the defense teams snapping to alert status. Multiple quantum signatures, Arjun reported, his hologram flickering with tension. Bigger than anything we've seen. They're not just sending ships this time. Maya watched as the readings solidified. The alien fleet hadn't retreated to admit defeat. They'd gone to bring back reinforcements. Now they were returning with what looked like their entire military might. Hundreds of capital ships tears through quantum space toward Earth. They still don't understand, Maya said softly, more to herself than to the others. They think it's about numbers, about power. They haven't grasped what we really are. The past week had transformed the Frozen Horizon facility. What had begun as a defensive command center had evolved into something else entirely. A nexus point where human consciousness and quantum physics intersected in ways that defied conventional science. The quantum sensitives who operated Earth's defenses were no longer just shields operators. They had become something new, something that existed simultaneously in normal space and quantum realms. All defense networks online, Colonel Chen reported. Quantum field synchronization at maximum. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Maya nodded, connecting herself to the neural interface. Immediately, her consciousness expanded, merging with the quantum field that now enveloped Earth. She could sense every operator in the network, their minds working in perfect harmony. And beyond them, the approaching alien armada. "This ends today," she declared. "Not just the invasion. Everything. It's time to show them what humanity truly is." The alien fleet struck with overwhelming force. Quantum weapons of impossible power lashed out at Earth's defenses, their energy enough to shatter planets. But they weren't fighting against shields or technology anymore. They were facing the combined quantum consciousness of humanity itself. Maya felt the attacks wash over the quantum field like waves against a shore. But instead of trying to block or deflect them, she and the other operators did something the aliens couldn't comprehend. They absorbed the energy, became one with it, redirected it through dimensions the aliens didn't even know existed. Impossible. The alien commander's transmission boomed through the quantum network. "No species can manipulate quantum fields at this level. What are you?" Maya responded not with words but with demonstration. Drawing on the combined consciousness of Earth's quantum operators, she reached out through the fabric of reality itself. Space twisted, folded, reformed according to human will. Alien ships found themselves in impossible geometries, their quantum drives screaming as they encountered physical laws that no longer obeyed their understanding. "We are humanity," Maya transmitted, her consciousness resonating through quantum space. "We didn't develop quantum technology. We are quantum beings. Every human mind exists in quantum superposition, every consciousness entangled with the fundamental forces of the universe. We didn't learn quantum mechanics. We remembered it." Through the quantum field, she sensed the shock rippling through the alien fleet as the truth finally dawned on them. They had thought they were attacking a primitive species barely grasping advanced technology. Instead, they had awakened something that had been sleeping in human DNA since the first neurons fired in the first human brain. The ability to exist simultaneously in normal space and quantum reality. The battle, if it could still be called that, reached its climax. The alien fleet's desperate final attack met not resistance but transformation. Their quantum weapons were caught in fields of human consciousness, their energy redirected through neural networks that spanned both real and quantum space. Ships found themselves entangled with human thought patterns, their technology rendered useless by forces they couldn't begin to comprehend. And then, in an instant, it was over. The alien fleet hung motionless in space, their quantum drives silent, their weapons powerless. Through the neural interface, Maya sensed new presences arriving. The quantum concordat, the very authority that had declared Earth restricted space, had finally come to witness what was happening. "We understand now." The transmission came not from the military fleet but from the concordat observers. "This is why Earth was marked as restricted space. You were not being protected. You were being allowed to develop naturally, to reach your true potential without interference." Maya watched through quantum-enhanced senses as the invasion fleet began to withdraw, their once mighty ships now humble in retreat. But she felt no triumph, no simple victory. What had happened here was more than a military conquest. It was an awakening. The universe is not just mathematics and particles, she transmitted to both the retreating fleet and the concordat observers. It is alive, conscious, aware. Humanity didn't master quantum physics. We evolved as part of it. And now that we're awake, we offer this knowledge to any who wish to learn. In the days that followed, Earth was transformed. The quantum concordat formally recognized humanity not just as an advanced civilization, but as something entirely new, a species that had evolved natural quantum consciousness. Ships began arriving from across the galaxy, not carrying weapons this time but scientists, researchers, and diplomats, all eager to understand humanity's unique relationship with quantum reality. Maya stood in the Frozen Horizon facility, watching through quantum-enhanced senses as the first diplomatic vessels landed. They had set out to defend Earth, and had ended up changing humanity's understanding of its own nature. The invasion had forced them to wake up, to remember what they truly were. Ready for what comes next? Colonel Chen asked, joining her at the observation window. Maya nodded, feeling the quantum fields flowing through her consciousness, connecting her to both the physical universe and its underlying quantum reality. "We're not just ready," she said. "We're what comes next." In the quantum realm that overlapped normal space, human consciousness continued to expand and evolve. They had survived their trial by fire, but more importantly, they had discovered their true nature. Humanity wasn't just another species reaching for the stars. They were the bridge between normal space and quantum reality, between matter and consciousness, between what was and what could be. The universe would never be the same, and neither would they.